please reach out. Mom and said I appreciate all you've done, and we'll have to probably end the call here, but please reach out to Amanda, probably is your best contact going forward for any of that information, and she'll probably send over a note to you later today with kind of all the details. So, thanks, Kat.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
But wow, what a humbling experience. I feel right now very disposable. I have tried to push the record button for like 10 minutes, and I can't seem to get this out. I am a 36-year-old nurse. I live in southeast Missouri, and up until this morning, I had a job.
Before I get this lesson started, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Rakakodash. And I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone of whom I learned from, and the Shalom to the hopefully elect 144,000 chosen men, taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits of Yasharallah to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahweh Shai. This is your brother Radah. I'm going to attempt to go into this lesson with a very humble, not a mocking, not a laughing, not a I told you so type spirit. I want to come at this from an angle of like, wow. It is 2025. It is August of 2025. So August, September. So go back to 2019. August of 2019. August of 2020. August of 2021, 22, 23, 24, 25. I've been awake 6 years, but the first year I was awake, but I didn't know doctrine. I didn't understand what I understand now. 6 years is not a long time, and then 6 years is a very long time. Once GMS came into my YouTube, one of the prophecies I learned really quickly, and one of the things I began to get aligned with was the correct order between men and women. The correct order between men, women, and Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, and his order. And then I was taught or learned how one of the punishments, not only the curses, but one of the punishments that we would experience as men on the earth during Esau's rulership, the so-called white man, would be the compassing of our women. Behold, I do a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. How long wilt thou go, backsliding daughter? Now, this is a dark saying, because the backsliding daughter, the daughter of Zion, in this context is talking about the men, because the Most High likens the rulership of Israel, which is made up of men, prophets, elders, captains of 50, captains of 100, orators, artificers, because one of the punishments is that he takes those men out of Israel. All right, so that's the daughter. He likens the men as a comely woman. He's married to us, just like Yahushua, just like King Solomon likens the wisdom of his father unto a beautiful woman, a woman. He calls wisdom she. Doesn't mean that wisdom is a woman. It's poetic speech. It's spiritual, prophetic, subtle proverbs, dark sayings. That's what the scriptures call dark sayings. Jeremiah 31:22. This is directed at us men, and the punishment will be women. How long wilt thou go about, O backsliding daughter? This is talking to us. For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. What's that word? So Jeremiah 31:22. Let's get it in the blue letter. Jeremiah 31:22. I should have it highlighted. Yeah. So look, I'm going to pull up it's really awesome when you can open up, so compass. The word compass means to turn about, or around, or aside, or back, or towards, or go about, or around. What does this mean? To encircle, to surround, change direction. There's multiple meanings to this. To go around. If let's say I like to use this example all the time. You have a mom and a dad, and you have a little baby child, right? And that baby wants some candy, right? And that baby goes to the mother or goes to the father. It doesn't matter who. Daddy, can I have some candy? No. Or mom, can I have some candy? No. And then the baby knows one of the parents has a soft spot for him or her. So that child goes to the other parent, right? Can I have some candy? Yeah, you can. And so that child goes and gets some candy, and the other parent says, hey, I told you no. Well, I asked daddy or I asked mommy, and he said I could ask them. That's a type, and that gives you an insight into what it's like to go around someone's authority. This precept right here, this prophecy, this punishment, it didn't come to pass until America. It started, I'm pretty sure there were glimpses of it during the beginning of the Roman Empire, but it wasn't until the revised Roman Empire. It wasn't until after the Renaissance period when America was established through Hollywood, okay? And you started seeing Hollywood movies. Let me see if I can, how can I do this? What is her name? Jane Fonda. Let's see, old, how do you spell her name? Jane Fonda? Movies. Boom. Just an example, man. Okay. See, very pretty lady, right? She doesn't look like that now, but beautiful. She is one of many actresses that were used by Amalek, that was used by Hollywood, that was used by the CIA. And you got to understand that the lie that people would go, they would pack up their bags and go to Hollywood, and they would audition for a movie, and they would have that certain look, and then they would make it. That's all bullshit. That's a lie. These people were handpicked at childbirth in families doing left-handed practices. They were picked at an early age and went up through the ranks of all the MK Ultra and the occultic practices so that they could channel left-handed spirits when they act, so that they could be compatible on these sets, on these Hollywood sets, which are what? What is Hollywood? It is the left-handed wand. It is the left-handed revelation of the method. Every single script and every single producer and director and actor and actress, they're all operating on the left-hand side. Everything done out of Hollywood is left-handed. So you got to be operating in that spirit also. And you can't operate in that spirit unless you're born into that, and you learn those secret society. There she is now, older. Look, and she's still single. These women, you guys, you got to understand. Every singer, Janet Jackson, Britney Spears, the lead singer of Paramore, Madonna, you can name them. All the actors, Julia Roberts. These women were used to put an image of hyper-feministic independence of a woman from a man in the minds of America and then throughout the world. Because if you got to ask yourself, if their characters were truly true, when you go into the inner workings of Hollywood, who actually runs Hollywood? It's men. What kind of men? Amalekites. The head tribe of Edom, so-called white men, they run Hollywood. And they run the banking system too. So if it was true that women were equal to men, how come women don't run Hollywood? Because they don't. Yet every time you watch a Hollywood movie, especially now on Netflix, who's the lead? Who's the savior? It's some female. Some woman is leading a bunch of men around, fighting a monster, fighting a galaxy invasion. The women are winning. They're fighting men, and men are taking orders from women, and you got women having all this independence, right? And then so I'm just using, this is the Hollywood aspect of it. Then you go into let's see if I can find, I'm just trying to lay foundation. Women's lib. Yeah. And who was behind this? Okay, women's liberation, because they were in, there you see, there you go, there you see Eve, you see the end of, what was all this about? This was to get women where they are today. It was all bullshit, you guys. Women, you are oppressed. You got to come out of the home and get a career. You got to leave your children at the daycare and let the television raise your children. So the same race of people who were controlling Hollywood, right, they were broadcasting into the homes through the television and radio, right? Then they told women, you got to be out from under your man, right? And you got to pursue your career. This served a couple of purposes. One, it made the tax bracket bigger so that the elite could tax more people, but it also divided and destroyed the house, and it pulled women away from men, and it created a system where women now had a synthetic man. The system, the provisions of the system, the laws and the policies of the system literally became the digital, bionic, imaginary man of every single woman who would ever have a boyfriend or a husband. Because what would happen? What's domestic violence? Domestic violence is an accusation against a male. If a male exerts some kind of physical authority over his woman, which he's allowed to do, the accusation of domestic abuse, right? She can call 911? She can call another man that's not her father, that's not her husband, and he can come and enforce authority on her man, who's supposed to be her head. You see how, and so then over time, what? Men began to say, oh, a real man doesn't hit a woman. It's not about beating women, you guys, but it is about a man being able to be a man in a relationship, and men are physical. Don't men beat other men? When men go to war, they beat each other, right? They kill each other. Yet there's a war going on between men and women, and men are not allowed to be men when it comes to dealing with women. You have to turn around and walk away. Where does all this weirdness come from? And as a result, women have turned into what we see today. Out of fucking control, arrogant, super educated, super successful, financially independent children. Out of control. Proud against the Most High. Proud against any type of male authority. Right? And it took time. It didn't just happen overnight. But it started, you know.
The 1920s brought new fashions. Women dressed in less restrictive attires. Their dresses were looser fitting and had higher hemlines. The flapper was the quintessential woman of the 1920s. They wore glamorous, long jewelry and wore their hair short.
It got more crazier and more crazier until now you see what you see today. The out of control twerking, the skin tight, fucking OnlyFans, Instagram. It's ridiculous.
By 1973, the women's liberation movement was having an enormous impact.
I hear another man talking about full employment of
Yes, full employment. That's
See, just
if you don't count women. What a load of shit.
What we called consciousness-raising groups were springing up everywhere. Women met to discuss their lives, their struggles, and we discovered that the personal was very political.
Please help yourself to some tea. Thank you.
No, I'm not making this video. I'm not making this video to hate. It's not what this is about, but there is an order. And the current ruler of the world, of this nation, is the so-called white man known as Esau, Edom in the Bible. And he has a philosophy. All of his philosophies are on the left-hand side. He doesn't do anything in the earth based on right-handed wisdom. the wisdom that we see in Proverbs and the wisdom of Solomon and in Ecclesiastes, he doesn't operate that way. All right? So this and all that...
The women, actually...
All this that we're seeing here.
Hi, I'm Clara Bingham, author of The Movement. The Movement is about the women's liberation movement, which took place from 1963 into the 70s, when women woke up from a long slumber and realized that they were second-class citizens. Women all over the country demanded freedom, demanded...
See, and that's the accusation of the order of the Most High. But it was the Most High right here who said he was going to make it happen. Nothing takes place on planet Earth without the sanctioning of the word of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. How long wilt thou go about, O backsliding daughter? Basically, the men of the nation that I married, how long will you be a rebellious wife? How long will you be a proud and independent rulership? How long will you not follow my lead? I am your head. You are not my head. I tell you what to do. I'm the head. You're supposed to follow me around. And since you don't want to listen to me, since you want to go off and be a whore, I'm going to do a new thing in the earth. And what is that new thing in the earth I'm going to do? I'm going to remove the hedge of women, and I'm going to raise women up and give them a power they're not supposed to have, and I'm going to give them a liberty they're not supposed to have, that they can't handle, and they're going to go around you. They're going to compass you when I do this. They're not going to be able to lead you or be a covering to you when I give them this power. They're going to go to war against you, in fact. And that's what those words mean. When you go around someone's authority, it's because you have an authority from somewhere. I don't have to listen to you anymore. And then to surround, if you remember, look, one of the words in compass is to surround. That's a war tactic. To surround. Look, go down to A, and then I, to turn about, be brought around, change. I, to march or walk around. That's a war tactic. To go partly around, circle, about, skirt, make a round, make a circuit, go about, to surround, encompass. In the ancient times, whenever you wanted to take a city, you would surround it. You would cut off its flow of water and food, and you would wait it out until the people were just starving or dying of thirst, and then you would overtake the city. This is what this is saying that women have been able to do now. With the power of Esau's laws and his philosophies, with the protection of the police, okay, and with the social engineering of Hollywood, right? Women are now allowed to be adulterous and whorish. They have all their needs met, they're provided for, and they have developed an attitude that is against nature when they say they don't need a man. And a woman saying she doesn't need a man is the equivalent of a man saying he doesn't need God. It's impossible. You need your head. You can't go around it. So I'm just laying a little bit of a foundation. This is all stuff that I've learned since I've been awake. I didn't understand this when I was a Christian. Okay? And now we see, not just like it said, just like the Most High said, he's going to make it where a woman compasses a man. He's also going to do this. A man, it's in the same prophet. No, it's in Isaiah. A man shall be, I will make a man more precious than I will make a man. Let me see if that pulls it up. Nope. Look at this. Just like the Most High is punishing us by allowing women to be so out of order, because you have to see it. You have to see how bad this is. You have to feel the sting of it. It sucks to not get respect from a woman. It sucks to not be able to have authority over a woman. It sucks to watch your woman literally listening to another man. And how is she listening to another man? She's allowing the system that was set up by Esau. She has allowed the wine, the philosophies of Esau to completely dictate the way she thinks. His voice is in her ear. His vibration, his way of doing life is in her ear. Whether she realizes it or not, that's the truth. I will make a man. And why is this in the scriptures? I will make a man more precious than gold. Why is this even in here? Because he stripped us. Look, I'll show you the precept that he stripped us. Look, Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man. This isn't the future. This isn't the near future, you guys. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Why? Look at this. Look, really quick. The captain, the cap 50, and look at this right here. Boom, Isaiah 3:3. So look. This is when he smote us. So you go back to Isaiah to the beginning. Look, this is when he punished us, man. So this is Isaiah chapter 3. For behold, the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah. So this is the northern and southern kingdom. If Israel is the head nation out of the 18 nations on the earth, if he affects the men this way, which will then affect their women, it's also eventually going to affect the other nations too, because we're the head nation. It all follows downhill. It's like a domino effect. There's no getting around this. So this punishment that has affected the so-called black man, the so-called brown man, the so-called Latino man, so-called Native American man, it is also now affecting the so-called white man, because his women are completely out of control. They don't respect their men either, you guys. Women as a whole have absolutely no need. They perceive that they have no need for men, which now has produced where they have no respect for men. They have no loyalty. I can do what I want. I can follow my own impulses. For behold, the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread, and the whole stay of water. What is that? That is your confidence. That is your foundation. That is your consistent movement and flow of water and food throughout society. There's no famine. There's no lack. And so when there's constant food and constant water, there's peace and there's prosperity and there's movement throughout the city and the nation, right? Well, the Most High says, I'm going to knock that out. And then what else am I going to knock out? Look, the mighty man and the man of war. There goes your military. There goes your might. There goes your strength. There goes your masculinity. There goes your burly man, right? These guys can fight, bro. They can kick your fucking ass. Yahweh is saying, I'm going to remove these guys from the nation. The judge and the prophet. What does that go into? That goes into your wisdom. That goes into your soberness of mind. That goes into your vision. I'm going to remove all of these types of men from society. How is this going to affect the women? It's going to completely fuck the women, you guys. Not sexually. It's going to, because all of these men are literally, they're like a wall. They're like a roof. They're literally the house that all the women get to hide inside of. They get to move around inside of in protection. The mighty man, the man of war, the judge and the prophet, and the prudent and the ancient, the captain of 50, and the honorable man, and the counselor, and the cunning artificer, and the eloquent orator. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. So now everything's been inverted. I'm going to put a nation, a childish nation over them, and then that childish nation is going to write childish laws, and then those childish laws are going to affect everybody else, including the women. So you can see in Isaiah 3, where the Most High struck down the men, and you see that there's a shortage of men, right? And moral men, righteous men, men who understand the law, statutes, and commandments, men who understand prophecy. And then you go back to here, right? I will make a man more precious. Why? This is after the fact. This is coming in the near future. But what's going to happen? As he's destroying America, as the judgments start to hit America, what do we see? Let's go back. Let's go back to here. What do we see?
Mom and I appreciate all you.
We see women now losing everything that Esau has given them in the society. Why? Because Esau is transitioning. There's no need for a 9-to-5 anymore, you guys. They're about to switch everything up to a digital currency. They're about to make it where you have to, everybody is going to have to depend on Esau's digital currency to get the mark of the beast and have just enough to survive on. That's what this is where this is going. And women in America have been enjoying the freedom, right? And the power of their careers that Esau gave them in the beginning, which was the beginning or the fulfillment of this punishment. This was done to punish us, you guys. It was, let me see. I do a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Let me see if I can find how long. Okay, bam, there it is. My bad. Yep, that was it. 31. A woman shall compass a man. And if you're a woman and you're hearing me, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you being a woman that you can't do certain things. That's not what I'm saying. But women in America have no understanding of what it's like to be under true masculine righteous authority. They do their own thing. When you tell a woman she's supposed to submit to a man, her instant reaction is to start hissing all over the place. A man can't tell me what. Like they foam at the fucking mouth. You have to understand, though, that goes into this punishment. That goes into this punishment, you guys. Okay? How long wilt thou go? Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new, Yahweh hath created a new thing in here. This is a punishment. A woman shall compass a man. And anytime the Most High uses someone or something to punish the Israelites, he once he's done, he destroys the thing he used to punish the Israelites. And how is he going to destroy women? He's not going to remove women from the earth, but he is going to destroy the modern day Babylonian-minded woman of America. He's going to kill a lot of them unless they repent. And the ones that get killed, their spirits will go up, and when they come back down, they'll be brought back down in their right mind. That he's going to get rid of you guys. But there's not going to be no independent-minded women once the women have to understand that they have been used to punish us. That everything Esau gave them, he's going to take away. And you can see that women do not have wisdom. They don't have prophetic wisdom because look at their reactions when they're losing their jobs. They have no scriptural understanding. They're extremely intelligent when it comes to education. They're extremely intelligent when it comes to their careers. They are as dumb as a box of rocks when it comes to these prophecies, you guys. They do not. This to them is like a person that can't read trying to read hieroglyphics on an Egyptian fucking pyramid. They don't get it, bro. And they don't believe in it because they're so fucking proud because they've been going so long with their careers. And now their careers are being taken from them because scripture said, look, just like the Most High said he was going to take away the men, look what he's going to do to the women. He's going to humble y'all. To the point of this, he's going to take us back to ancient world ways. 7 women. And you got to ask yourself, what would cause 7 women to ask one man to cover them in marriage? And in order for one man to cover a woman in marriage, he's got to penetrate her. That's the only way his name can be on her. He has to ejaculate his DNA, semen seed, into her womb. And that is sex, and sex is marriage. This is what people don't understand. Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, what day? The day that's coming, once America collapses, Once these girls lose all their jobs, this is going to increase. This girl right here, I guarantee you, she's badass at what she does. Look at her house. Listen to my voice. This is not about laughing right now. Ha ha, we told you. No, bro. Look at her fucking house. I guarantee you, whatever she does do, whatever she did, I probably couldn't do it. I'm awesome at what I do, but I probably couldn't do what she does. I'm not here to fucking kick this chick down. But see how she's crying? Look how stern she was looking at that dude how professional she was. She had her emotions in check. Watch, look at her face.
Over a note to you later, David Cannavale.
She's not crying right there. She's giving him the submission. She's giving the system the submission she's supposed to be giving to her husband. She's got her emotions. Don't think that inside of her head right now she's not panicking like, oh my God, this guy, they're letting me go. She's freaking out, but she's not showing it to him. She's got her emotions in check right now. Watch what happens the minute that screen goes black.
Details. So, thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
This is going to increase 1,000 times 1,000-fold, you guys. Jacob's trouble is coming. America is going to collapse. All of the freedom and power. Let's get it real quick. Let me see if I can. Here, I'm gonna. This shit right here is going away. It's going away. Sophie Rain. Bitch is fine as fuck, bro. She's hella young, claiming that she's a virgin, and supposedly she made $45 million having an OnlyFans account. Okay? This shit, look how young he's, look fucking damn, look at her right there, bro. See, and this shit like this, when they, and then I'm going to say what I'm going to say, when they announced that she made $45 million on the national news, that's when I knew girls like her, they're not organic. It's not organic. They're, and then you see her right here. She's missing teeth. She's been in front of the camera since she was a baby, and they have a way that they know she's gonna grow up to be fine. Don't accuse me. They're the ones putting her on the camera, and then she grows up and she's hella hot, and now she's made $45 million with her OnlyFans account. And then they're putting it on the news. Why would they put it on the news? Because they wanted all the other women to see this. They wanted all the other men to see this. You don't just get put on the news. The people that push this shit are the Amalekites. They're the head tribe of Esau, Edom, and Edom is behind all of this hyper-feminism whorishness that we see, and we know that Esau is the sword of Yahweh, and Yahweh said he was going to do this. When America collapses, all this shit's going away, man. All of this freedom, all of this, I can get online and just wear a bathing suit and be fine as shit and make hundreds of millions of dollars. It's going away, bro. It's going away, and we're going to see a whole lot of this. These girls are going to start crying, and they're going to start dying. Shit is going to get so bad because Second Esdras, what? A man shall desire to go into a city. Once Jacob's trouble hits, it's going to be bad. For there shall be sedition. This is 2 Ezra 5:15 and 16. You got to understand, all this stuff is going to be hitting all at once. Women are going to be losing their jobs. The mark of the beast is going to be implemented. They're going to try to put everybody on the social fucking a universal income. All the ballers, there's not going to be any ballers, topless dancers. There ain't going to be nobody making it rain. Ain't going to be no hip hop stars. All that's going to get wiped out, and then the chaos is going to hit America. 2 Ezra 15:16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, a man shall desire to go into a city and not be able to. We're already starting to see the beginning of that now. That's martial law. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Why? But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. There's not going to be any food. The stay of water, the stay of bread is going to be attacked, and people are going to go into chaos and for great tribulation. This is what's coming. And when this hits, girls like this that said they never needed a man, they're going to fucking need a man. Because now they're going to need a real man, not this system that they've been trusting in. Listen to what she says.
Wow. What a humbling experience.
And once that real humility sits in, this is going to set in, you guys. Look, 7 women. This is going to happen. Plus, tons of men are going to be dying too that don't have the mark of Thawah that Yahweh is going to destroy during Jacob's trouble. Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man of the Lord. This is talking about a prophet. This is talking about a man that they can see has the wisdom of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai in him, that can explain what's going on and the reason why it's going on. And then everyone's going to be listening then. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. We need a covering. We'll provide for ourselves. This is a complete mental reversal of what you see happening and all the shit that you see women talking today on the internet. He's got to pay for my hair. He's got to pay for my nails. He's got to pay for my car. He's got to pay for my house. He's got to pay and then they don't even want to do anything with the guy. They just want you to pay their bills. They want to have sex with the dude up the street that's banging 30 other women, but they want you to pay for their bills. All that's going out the fucking window because prophecy says, and these women, right? Yes, they're educated in Esau's system. They're educated and smart when it comes to the so-called white man and the way he does things. They don't know shit about prophecy, you guys. Ladies, if you're listening to this, you are clueless when it comes to prophecy. And it proves it because none of you are making provisions.
I feel right now very disposable. I have tried to push the record button for like 10 minutes, and I can't seem to get this out. I am a 36-year-old nurse. I live in Southeast Missouri, and up until this morning, I had a job. And my boss called and fired me on my day off.
So look at the videos underneath this video. Mass layoffs. It's 2 days ago. Homelessness is getting worse. Why? Because they're making it illegal. Do you guys see what's happening? This is what's happening. Okay? No jobs in Los Angeles. The war on homelessness and nomads has begun. Why? Because Esau understands at the higher levels what's about to happen financially. Okay? The prophets have been talking about this. The prophets of GMS have been talking about this since I woke up, man. Look, Denver fires everyone. Denver starts mass layoffs. Thousands are being fired. Do you see what's fucking happening? 300,000 black women lost their jobs. This is where the strength of women has been at in this country, and it's literally being stripped from them, and they're freaking out. Why? Because they don't know anything about this. They don't know prophecy. And the prophets have been saying this entire time. It's going to get bad, you guys. It's going to get real bad.
I'm embarrassed right now.
Happy Monday. Just got fired. Holy shit. I thought it was just like a normal routine meeting. And
No, it was actually we're not moving forward with your employment. And you know what's so funny? It's like when you think that you finally find like a good job and like a company that cares about you, you're like, oh my god, I actually work for people that care. No, you don't. No, you don't. That was like the only stable thing that I had going on in my life right now. Ooh, I was not expecting that. I would have never put money down on that happening. I literally just thought that was going to be a meeting. Happy Monday.
I just got off of my Teams call. These jobs are really letting us go. I got fired today.
See how shocked she is? And why? I'm not here to attack this woman's mentality. I'm not here to attack her level of intelligence. What I am here to do is point out why. Listen, look at her face again. Watch.
These jobs are really letting us go. I got fired today.
That look of shock. Why? Because her trust is in Esau. Her trust is in Egypt. She's completely intelligent where it comes to the system. She's absolutely ignorant when it comes to prophecy. All of these women are ignorant when it comes to prophecy. Why? Because they're listening to the wrong man. The man they're listening to is those Hollywood movies, is those goddamn hip-hop videos. That's what they're listening to. They're listening to the fantasy lie of America, of Esau, and they think that they got the bag. I'm going to get the bag. Bro, this country's over. This fucking country is over. It's over. But they don't know that because they don't know prophecy.
Excuse me while I'm trying to process because my heart is in my right now. Because I got bills. I got 2 mother kids. Rent, car note. And then we got to work until the 28th. I'm quit now. The you mean? They lucky I need that last check, because if it wasn't for that last check, I got fired today. You know, I
don't know I'm gonna pay my bills. This is crazy. This came out of nowhere, y'all. This came out of nowhere. I'm trying so hard to be strong, but like this just came out of nowhere. So I just got fired. I just got fired. Yeah, I just got fired. I don't think it's even sunk in yet that I've actually been fired.
So that's, I mean, I don't want to, it doesn't need to get drug on. This is just, and my main reason for doing this lesson was all I've been hearing in the last 6 years from the men of GMS and learning myself by reading that this is going to happen. It's over. What is it in Ecclesiastes? When the grinding shall cease? Because it's going into this, man. The grinding shall cease. Boom. In the day when, this is Ecclesiastes 12:3, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. The keepers of the house goes into your left-handed, like, how do I say this? They have a spiritual element to it, but they also have an actual, like a physical. People who study the markets and trends, the people who really understand how money works and how food and water, all that kind of shit. These are the keepers, the high up level motherfuckers. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. When they start to get scared because they see, wait a minute, man, this is going to be really fucking bad. That's what's happening, you guys. But there's a lot of, the news isn't reporting the truth. You understand? In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. And those that look out of the window be darkened. Those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the door shall be shut in the streets. when the sound of the grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. What's happening with Hollywood and music and movies? Have you noticed even they're not producing like they used to? And the reason why is because prophecy, and the earth is transitioning into the next level of prophecy, which is not us sitting around watching movies and being indoctrinated all day anymore. That part of America is over. We're now shifting into Jacob's trouble. You're not going to be sitting around watching movies. You're going to be nomadic, walking around, trying to get water, trying to get food, trying not to be killed. You're not going to have electronics. We're not going to have our vehicles, you guys. The way of life as we have known it is going to drastically change in the near future. That's what's happening. And these women, these proud women who have trusted in America, they're going to learn the hard way and then eventually be so humbled at the amount of death and at the realization of I told you so, that this is why this is going to be able to be a reality. In that day, 7 modern day American women shall take hold of one man. You have to understand what would make 7 women in America with modern day mentalities take hold of one man. That's how fucking bad it's going to be. And women cannot fathom that right now because they're so drunk on the reality of America. And now this is setting in. And I don't even think it's still not setting in. They're still thinking something's going to change. It's because none of them understand prophecy. America's done, you guys. It's over. It only gets worse from here. It doesn't get better. Look at all these videos on this shit. And that's just in this one feed. Bankers are fired. 200,000 bankers are fired. Wall Street mass layoffs.
Nobody ever talks about how hard it is to find a job post undergrad or grad school.
I got laid off from my job, and so I obviously have a ton of time on my hands now. And I thought maybe I should start a diaries for people who are also unemployed in this job market, and we could just all relate to each other. So to start off, I got laid off from my first job.
So right now, mass layoffs are hitting the banking sector, from UBS to Citigroup to HSBC in Hong Kong. Seems like banks and a lot of their jobs are going to be the first to go, not just because the economy is pretty bad and a lot of CEOs and CFOs.
So they keep saying the economy is bad. No, it's over. They are getting set up for the mark of the beast, man. The way of earning money in America as we've known it, that's done. It's over, man. The elites, the wicked elite, Esau Edom is trying to take over the whole planet and set about his new world order. So I pray that this lesson was edifying. I just wanted to talk on some of that. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakagodash, double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone of whom I learned from. Shalom to the 144,000 chosen taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits of Yasharallah to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahweh Shai. This is your brother Radah. Shalom.